Hey guys, welcome back. And we're back again with another interesting for you. In this video, we are going to make our own PHP library, custom PHP library, which will analyze any website or any web page for SEO. So basically, we are just making a tool. Uh, Actually, we will be building a library in PHP, which you can use and create your own SEO analyzer tool. So let's get started with the library then. As you can see in the screen, we have two files, index.php and seo.php. We will start from SEO because this is the class that we are going to implement. So let me define a class here, class SEO. All right. And it will have an attribute which will be private URL, the actual link of the web page which we want to analyze. Let me create a constructor, and it will accept one parameter, the URL, and let me set the attribute to URL of it. So what we can do here is can include this file, include once seo.php. We can create an object. Let's call it SEO analyzer equals new SEO. We're instantiating the class and we need to pass the URL here. So the URL can be anything. Let's go with youth forums. Let's go with this website is sportscuff.com. And I can easily pass it over here, and which will be grabbed here and it will be set. Perfect. What next? So when we get the URL, what we need to do, we need to actually fetch and get the contents, the meta tags, whatever from this URL, right? So let me create a function. I'll make it private function fetch URL, because I won't be calling this function from outside of this class, so I'm making it private. That's good. Now let's check if it is proper URL or not. If not, filter URL, filter variable. The variable is this URL, and filter validate URL. If it is not a proper URL, I can just return error with a message that says invalid URL format. Perfect. But if it is a valid URL, I will need to do a request. So I'll be using curl to make the request. Let's set some of the options. Curl set options array ch followed by an array. So I will make sure that I have set some of the options. So curl curl opt URL. So the URL I'm calling is this URL. Similarly, I can copy it and make some of those more options. The next one I need is return transfer. This should be 1. Similarly, I can select the user agent as well. User agent, it means from where I am actually making the call. Is it some browser, some application? I don't know what it is. So what I can do here is, let's do it different way. So private constant user agent. Let me define user agent over here. Equals. You can define anything you want. Let me define Mozilla 5.0 version and maybe compatible SEO analyzer bot, so that I can track if the bot is calling or if it is being called with some different user agent. This is actually not required. I'm just showing it here for you. User agent. What next? So after user agent, follow location. If it redirects to another URL, please follow it. Timeout. The time duration after which I can get the timeout. I mean, let's go to 30. SSL verify peer. False. No need to verify it. So is there some syntax error over here? I don't think there is any error. Let's see. Okay, it should not be an error. Let's see if it shows me any error. Okay, it does. Curl set option array with ch. Oh, am I missing something here? I don't think. If I remove this line, this should be fine. Yes, it is fine. So what's the error over here? Actually, I need double colon. Now it should work fine. Now let me execute the curl. Curl execute $ch if curl error, then return error curl error, and I can show the exact error. It should be curl error $ch. Perfect. Then if it is not error, I need to prepare some response, and it might have multiple keys with it. Then close the curl and finally return the response. Perfect. So what do I need to pass in the response? The first one could be the HTML, exact HTML that I received, status code, curl get info, curl info HTTP code. And then I also will need content type, curl get info $ch. Actually not the HTTP code, but curl info content type. Let me replicate this one. Then I will need load time, curl info total time. And finally I will need maybe the size. So size download. This could be size. Perfect. So I think we are good with this function now. Now let me create the main function that will actually analyze the SEO. So this should be public because I'll be calling it from outside the class. analyze. The first thing I will do is call this function that I just created, fetch URL. If it set $response error, because I have been passing error if there are error in any case, so I can just check if there is something error, or even if the HTML is empty $response HTML, then I can return response error. Or if there is no error, let's create a custom error over here, could not fetch content from URL. And if there is something in the URL, then let me catch it in HTML equals response HTML. And then I need to parse it. So doc equals new DOM document. Then doc load HTML $HTML. Just make sure you have this at the rate in order to suppress the warnings if there are any. Text content equals strip tags. I will need to strip all the HTML tags from the HTML. Alright, now I will respond with some SEO analysis data. Alright, this is the one that I'll be responding with. So I'll pass the URL first. URL, and it will be obviously this URL status code. I have the status code with me, which is in response status code. Similarly, load time, I have load time as response load time. And let me round it off. So round it off to probably 2 decimal places, and the unit is seconds. What next? Probably the title, and I will call another function, analyze title. I'll pass the doc over here. So I will need to create this function, analyze title with doc. Maybe I need to say it DOM document doc. Oh, I forgot the function. It should not matter if I don't call it as well. Perfect. After title, meta description. It's this. Analyze, not title, but meta description. I will pass doc with it as well. Similarly, headings. This, analyze, not title, but headings. Content, pass word count probably. str word count of the text content. Also a score, and score if str word count of text content is less than or even greater than equals to probably 300. Then what does it mean? It means it is good. If it is not the case, it is too short. I think this should do my job. For the keywords, I can call another function, analyze keywords with duck. Or maybe I can even pass text content over here. For the security, I'm concerned with the SSL. So parse URL, this URL, PHP URL scheme. If it is equals to HTTPS, then it's yes, or if not, it is a no. What next? Maybe links. This analyze links, and maybe images. This analyze images. I think I tried to cover almost everything. And if you want to customize and add more measures for the SEO factors, you can add it later on. Now let me conclude this one. So SEO data overall score equals calculate score with SEO data. Similarly, if there are any recommendations, I can call another function, this generate recommendations with SEO data, of course. And finally, return the SEO data. So this will be our main function, which we will call from the index.php. All right. So analysis could be SEO analyzer analyze. Okay. We go JSON encode the analysis. If I go and refresh, maybe it should shows me some error because I have not defined all of the functions over here. Let me define all of them. Private function, analyze title, then analyze meta description, then analyze headings. After headings, keywords, text content. After keywords, I need one for links. This field can have HTML. And finally, analyze images. It will have doc with it. And also I have calculate score. It will have SEO data. And finally, recommendations. So I think it should not show me, I think it should show me something. But why is it not showing? Let's see. No. It's working up to here. But when I do analysis, what is it showing? Nothing. SEO analyzer, analyze. Oh, do I need to pass URL to the fetch URL? No, I don't need to pass it. This is fine. What about response? I think there is something wrong over here. I am returning it. Let's see. I'm getting this. What about the HTML? No, I'm not getting the HTML. I mean, I'm missing something with this curl request, I guess. This URL return transfer. I forgot the F over here. Was that the issue? Yes, it was. See, I now have something, at least something here. URL is there, status code is there, load time is there. I have not gone through all of these things. So I need to complete all these functions. So let me go through it quickly. So for analyze title, let's get the title tag equals document get element get element by tag name. Title, then title would be title tag length is greater than 0. If it is greater than 0, then title tag item first text content, and if it is not there, no title found. Title length, I mean the character count in the title, would be strlen string length of the title. Return content could be title, length could be title length, and finally the score. Score, you can apply your own scoring system. I will just go with a simple one for here. Title length, if it is greater than or equals 30. Okay, and title length is less than or equals 60. Then it's very good. And if it is not the case, then I can also check for another condition, which could be str. Oh, so not str. Title length, if it is less than 30, it means too short, else it is too long. This should do the job for me. Perfect. If I see in the title analysis, see, this is the title of my page. Length is 46 and it is very good. All right. Now let's go for the meta description. So the description could be empty string by default. And you don't need to worry about all the source code. I provided a link in the video description below where you can find all the source code. Now let me get the meta tags. Doc, get elements by tag name, meta. For each $meta tags as tagged. Let me check here if str to lower tag get attribute name equals description. I'm just catching the description over here from the list of all meta tags. If it matches, then description would be tag get attribute the content. And finally break it. I don't need other things. Description length would be strlen of description. Finally, return. I have gathered all the information that I wanted, and now I can return the thing. The return can be in the same format. The content, not the title, but the description. If there is no description, just say no description found. The length would be description length and score. If description length is greater than or equals 120 and it's less than or equals 160, this is good. But if it is less than 120, it's too short or too long. Perfect. So I'm done with the meta description as well. Yeah, this is also working perfect. Now let's move on to headings. So for the headings, supposed to create a array with h1 which is empty, h2 which is also empty for now. Heading counts equals h1 which is 0, h2 which is 0 by default. For each headings as tag content, the key value, let me use pass by reference so that I can change the content over here. So elements equals doc get elements by tag name, which is the tag. Then heading counts of this particular tag equals elements length. For each elements as element content array, let's push trim element content, text content. Perfect. Now let's just calculate the scores. So h1 score by default could be poor because it's 0 currently. And if heading counts of h1 is equals to 1, it means this is good. So h1 score is good. Else if heading counts of h1 greater than 1, then h1 score could be multiple h1s, and it is obviously not recommended. Finally, we can have another condition, which is else there is no h1, which means I can say missing h1. Now finally I can return again. Return with counts is heading counts and h1 score. Let's call it h1 underscore score, h1 score. Similarly, h2 score. Okay, I didn't have h2 score, so let's go with h because there is no limitation in number of h2s in a web page, but there can be only one h1 in a web page. In one specific web page. All right. So h1 content, I can return h1 content with headings h1. Similarly, for h2 content, headings h2. Perfect. Currently headings are null. Let's see. Yeah, we have one h1 and one h2. Score is good. This is h1, this is h2. If we move on to the keywords, words equals str word count for the text, right? Let's call it text. Let's do it str to lower text. All right. Then word count blank array for each words hash word if strlen of word is greater than 3 and is it not in an array, word is not in an array of the stuff words. So what I can do here is I can create some stuff words. Let me create them first. Private const stuff words equals, I can create any number of words I want as an array, and you can add more words like the, an, in, on, blah blah. You can add anything that you want. So after that, let's go here. So if not in array, then what we can do, can just set the word count with an index of the word to word count of word, if it is there or not. If it is there, if it is not there, I can make it 0, and if it is there, make +1. I think it should work. Then sort the word count and return array slice word count from 0 to 10. Let's see, this is about the keywords. Yeah, we can see the keywords. Mars is used 22 times, function is used 21, champions, trophy, India, final window, perfect. For the analyze links, doc equals new DOM document HTML. Again, we need to load it. Doc load HTML, and the base domain would be parse URL, this URL, PHP URL host. Number of internal links and number of external links equals 0 by default. Then just get all the anchor tags using doc get elements by tag name A. I have all the anchors tag. Now I can loop through each of them. Anchors as anchor. Just get the href value, which would be $anchor get attribute href. If empty href, if it is empty, or href equals hash, or strpos position href javascript it means they are not the proper links. So if it is 0, continue, it is not a proper link. But if it is a proper link, get the domain from the URL, parse URL from href php URL host, and if this domain is equals to the base domain, or if the domain is empty. If the domain is empty, then it's an internal link plus plus, else it's external link plus plus. Now I can easily return what? The total links is anchors length. Internal links are the internal ones, and finally the external links. So the links should also be working perfect here. Yeah, there are total 97 anchor tags. 90 of them are internal, 1 is external, and the remaining 6, they might be some broken links like this ones, empty or hash or some other JavaScript functions. Now we need to move on to analyze images. So for this one, I need to get all the images. Doc get elements by tag name image. Total images length. Missing alt could be 0 by default. For each $images as $img, if empty $image get attribute src. No, we're talking about alt. If it is empty, missing alt plus plus. Now I can return the two things. One is total images, which is total images, and missing alt. Perfect. So where is it? Images. Let me refresh it and see. We have total of 32 images and one of them is missing alt. Perfect. You can also show which one is missing the alt. That would be great. Now we have just two things remaining: overall score and recommendations. So this is your choice how you want to calculate the overall score and generate the recommendation. Let me go with some basic way to do it. So score factors for the title. If SEO data title score equals to good, then you can give 10, else you can give 0. This is my basic way of doing things, right? But you can have any score between 0 and 10. You can have 5, you can have 4. You need to make the logic by yourself. So if it is a description, if it's good, then 10. And if it is not good, I think it was meta description. Yeah, it was meta description. So after description, it may be about H1. So if SEO data headings H1 score was good, it is give it 10, else 0. And next one could be for word count. If SEO data content score was good, then 10, else 0. Similarly for SSL, if security SSL was yes or no, if it is yes, then 10, else 0. And for what next? Let's go with image alt. If images total is greater than 0, and images, no, not images, SEO data, images, missing alt equals 0. Then you can give it 5, else 0. I'm just changing the logic here, nothing more. Okay, these are the score factors. Now I can calculate it easily. Total points equals, I need to make the sum of all of these points, right? So what I can do is score factors title plus, I need to copy it first, title plus description, then h1 word count, SSL, alt, and if you want, you can add more factors to it. So I have the total points and actual score. Okay, let me do it this way. I don't need to do it statically. So let's say total points is the full marks, right? Full marks could be 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, and then 5. It means 3, 4, 5, 50 plus 5. It should be 55. And the score that this web page got would be sum of all the elements. Array sum, score, factors. Okay, this makes more sense. Then I can return with round off, round the actual score by total points multiplied by 100. I get it in percentage. Let's see. I got 100%. All right. And now for the recommendations. Uh, Actually, I won't write it here. Let me give you some example. So what you can do here is you can check if the title is less than 40 characters or greater than 120 characters. Then you can say, oh, make your title short, make your title big, whatever you want to do. So I will return a blank array for now because I don't want to implement this for this video. But as I already said, I have provided a link in the video description where you can find all the source code, and it will have implementation of all these functions. And I think much more than what we did here in the video. So looks good. This is good. If you refresh it, you will see everything except the recommendations that you can find in the link. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and let me show you what we can do using this library. See, if you can create some HTML forms like this, I can just check with https sportscarf.com and then analyze the SEO. See, I can get, these are all this, I have not used any of the information except these ones that I got from the library. See, these are all the things that I already have in this JSON. So you can say the excellent website score is excellent. This one is the overall score. This one is HTTP status, page size, secure, which we already have here. Status code, load time, secure is inside security. You can see, let me check. Where is security? Here it is. SSL is enabled. That's why it's saying yes. Word count, we have the word count inside content, I think. Yeah, word count. And you have title tag and headings, number of heading, h1, h2, h3, links, total number of links, internal 90 links, external 1 link, keyword analysis, total keywords, images. See which one is missing the link, or sorry, missing the alt. Here it is. Perfect. Also there is regarding information regarding the mobile friendliness, and you will Actually, we didn't implement this one in the video, but the source code that I provided, it has the implementation for this one as well, and also for the recommendations. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like it, please subscribe us for more interesting videos like this. Just go and create your own SEO analyzer tool using this PHP library. So this much for today, guys. See you in the next video. Cheers.